All right, from one piece of wide receiver news to another, there's a couple things we've got to dive right into here. The Chiefs just re-signed Hollywood Brown, and we do have a little bit of an Xavier Worthy update, who was arrested last night. I already dropped just an instant reaction video to that, but there's a little bit of an update that I felt like might as well talk about it since we're talking about one wide receiver. Some good news with one wide receiver. We'll give the update on the not great news so far on the other wide receiver, but let's get into the good news first. The news that we need to talk about that's most recent, and that's going to be the Chiefs are re-signing Marquise Hollywood Brown to a one-year deal worth up to $11 million with the Chiefs. I love this. This makes complete sense. It was a fluke injury that had Hollywood Brown out for most of the season. I liked what I saw from him initially upon his return. 4 catches for 46 yards, 5 catches for 45 yards, like the way you were able to use him as he got back. I love that. He had a great rapport with Patrick Mahomes all offseason long, was going to be used all over the field for the Kansas City Chiefs. And the trio of Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, and Xavier Worthy was one to be very excited about. And it's still potentially, I don't know why I'm lagging a little bit, but it's still potentially one to be very excited about after Rice and maybe Worthy come back from suspension. Either way, I do love this signing of Hollywood Brown. It makes complete sense. You can use him as a vertical threat. You can use him in intermediate, behind the line of scrimmage. He's fast. He's quick. Mahomes had him on some deep targets too down the field. So I love the re-signing of Marquise Hollywood Brown. And just kind of for comparison's sake, last year they signed him to a one-year, $7 million deal. We don't have all of the details of this new contract that they signed with him, or they're going to be signing him to, because it's just fresh and brand new. But it was a one-year deal last year, $7 million, $3 million signing bonus, and then they had some incentives built in to kind of escalate that. So this could be similar. I don't know that it's all $1 million up front, but it is one-year deal. The language is it's a one-year deal worth up to $11 million. I love this signing. It makes complete sense. We've talked about the free agent market, and the thing about Hollywood, is his stock didn't really go down, but it didn't really go up either because he was injured for most of the year, right? So he comes back. He's got a couple games under his belt, goes into the playoffs, doesn't do a whole lot per se in the playoffs, but Worthy kind of did his thing, right? So I love the signing. It makes sense, especially for the price. I mean, his market value per spot track, it was going to be something around that $12 million mark. And this is great. It makes sense. He knows the system, has the rapport with Mahomes. Remember, the injury he had was a fluke. It was a fluke injury, the sternoclavicular dislocation. I'm still lagging a little bit. I don't know why. Hopefully you guys can hear me fine. But yeah, this is a great fit. His legs, everything's fine. It was a fluke injury. I love this re-signing of Hollywood Brown. Now, just a real quick update to the Xavier Worthy situation, which we can talk about it. But Xavier Worthy got arrested last night, and I talked about this in a video earlier. It's a felony domestic violence charge. The Chiefs are aware of the matter and have been in contact, or that's from the NFL. The NFL is aware of the matter. The Chiefs are also aware of the matter. A little bit of an update to this. The initial charge was assault family member of a household, and it's with impeding breathing / circulation, okay? Assault against a family member or household member by impeding their breathing or circulation. Well, that's all we had initially this morning. Since then, Worthy's lawyer has come out saying it's a false claim and an extortion attempt. Again, this is just what his lawyer is saying. It might be a little bit of a back and forth, he said, she said situation, but still one worth talking about. You can't really see this because it's just a small statement, but I'm going to read it. Worthy's lawyer, it's a group of lawyers, Chip Lewis and Sam Bassett. This is what they said. We're aware of the allegation that led to Mr. Worthy's arrest. We are working with law enforcement in Williamson County to ensure that they have the benefit of the totality of circumstances that led to this allegation. The complainant, so his wife or fiance, was recently asked to vacate Mr. Worthy's residence upon discovery of her infidelity. She has refused to do so and made a number of extortive efforts prior to resorting to this baseless allegation against Mr. Worthy. We will continue cooperating with Williamson County authorities as we have full faith that their thorough investigation will support Mr. Worthy's innocence, rather. Sorry. It was an incident, but they will support Mr. Worthy's innocence. Now, Kirk Bowles, who's a Houston Chronicle columnist. Remember, Worthy got arrested in Texas, and there's a little bit of an update here. Worthy's lawyers say that Worthy asked the complainant multiple times to vacate the residence and said she destroyed a room, scratched Worthy's face, and ripped out some of his hair. They add there is photographic evidence supporting Worthy. This is why when you initially react to stuff like super after it happened, in my initial video a few hours ago, I didn't say much. Just, it's always innocent until proven guilty, and you need to see how it all plays out in the court of law. We'll find out, but it's not looking great. It's looking like it's going to be kind of ugly. That's why I just kind of said, hey, I'm bummed by this info. I hate that it's here. It doesn't look good. It's the offseason. Like, can the Chiefs and players just stay out of trouble? This is something similar to the vibe of like Justin Ross situation, where there was the charge or the alleged charge, but he found evidence of infidelity and he didn't react well. Okay. This is just what we have. We've got Worthy's side of the story via his lawyers. He is in jail. I don't know if he's bonded out yet, but again, it doesn't look good. This situation all the way around does not look great. We're going to have to kind of let the situation play out and see what ends up happening here. But I will say this, Hollywood Brown is back on a 1-year, $11 million deal. Rice is going to be back, but he's probably going to get that suspension for his crash and flee situation that happened last offseason, right? So he's going to start out the season most likely suspended. And then Worthy could potentially be starting the season suspended as well. We'll see. We need to see how everything plays out. That's why I always say innocent until proven guilty. We'll just let all the facts kind of play out, but we do kind of have an update. When I went live or made a video earlier, we did not have his lawyer's response. I found that at least worth mentioning to you guys so we could just have all the facts or all the updated information that we had. So some good news here. Hollywood Brown is back. I love the signing. You guys got to let me know your thoughts on the signing. And then the bit of bad news is another Chiefs receiver is currently in jail. Probably will get out soon if he hasn't already, but you're going to have to go through the whole legal process with him. Rice still has to finish up his legal process and everything that's playing out. It's just a little bit of a mess, but a little bit of a positive. Hollywood Brown, I love that signing. There was some other free agents that the Chiefs could have maybe had their eyes on, but they're going to be more expensive and they're older. Hollywood Brown's still, 28 or so? That's my guess on his approximate age. But like Diggs is another guy. He's 31 coming off of an ACL that was a free agent that the Chiefs could have looked into. But when you're hitting free agency, you're either coming off of an injury or you're older, or you're coming off of an injury and are older. Some of these guys have both of those working against them. Hollywood Brown's injury was more of a fluke, and that's why I love this signing. I think it's going to be great for the Chiefs as they also work out some other areas along the O-line. You got D-line. There's a bunch. We're going to find out some answers. We're going to get some clarity all within the next few days on people that they re-sign, bring back, or sign from free agency that was formerly of another team this past season. We're going to get an answer to the blueprint. Will we see a move for a left tackle? Is Trey Smith's deal going to get done to free up more cap space? These are the questions we will find out hopefully here very, very soon. Marcus, thank you for the gifted. And then with the 5, said, did not have waking up to Worthy being arrested on my 2025 offseason bingo card. Hope they're false claims. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day with this situation, you just hope that the truth comes out. It's right now a little bit of a he said, she said situation. Stephon Diggs is going through something similar. I don't think he got arrested for it, but Stephon Diggs is going through a bit of a he said, she said situation. They said there's like a bit of an extortion attempt there with him. Sounds somewhat similar-ish to Worthy's situation, but he was actually jailed for it, and that's how we all found out. Daryl, thank you for the 21 months. Marcus with the 2. Can we have the outro of this video? Yeah, for sure. And another gifted. Yeah, it's unfortunate in one regard. great in another regard. I just love the return of Hollywood Brown. That's about all I got. If there's more breaking news this weekend, I will go live, break it, and give you guys updates all along the way. Let me know your thoughts on the update to the Xavier Worthy situation. Then let me know your thoughts on the signing of Hollywood Brown to the one-year deal worth up to $11 million. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.
How about those?